All right, how's everybody doing? This is Coach Ray Briggs, basketball coach here out of Texas, part-time online marketer. I'm excited to be here with you this evening, this morning, whenever you're seeing this. I'm here with a good friend and partner of mine, Elijah Brewer. Can you hear me okay, Elijah?
I can. You're good to go.
All right, great. And we just want to take a minute here this evening, and over the next 10 to 15 minutes, we want to just kind of share some information with you that's really just kind of open our eyes to a lot of opportunities, some things that have really been impacting our lives individually, in our own households, as well as things that we try to do to give back to the community and different people that we associate with. So before I kind of get into that, I'll kind of give you a little background on myself. If you know, this is your first time coming across any of my videos, or Elijah yourself. Myself, personally, I'm originally from the great town of Leavenworth, Kansas. I don't know if you've heard of it or not, but basically we're known for the federal penitentiary, and we play a little basketball up there as well. But long story short, grew up in Leavenworth, Kansas, small town, not a lot of opportunities there, but just great, small town environment. That's where I grew up at, and was blessed to have an opportunity to play basketball throughout high school, earn some Division I scholarships, play some semi-pro basketball, and just kind of got to a point in my life where, I knew how important my family was to me, and me wanting to have the time to raise my kids, to also be able to follow my passion in basketball and sports as I transitioned from being a player at a high level into being a coach and a mentor to young people. So I was always just trying to find different ways and different things I could do that would give me the flexibility to follow my passion the way I wanted to be able to provide for my kids and their extracurricular activities, whatever they wanted to get into, if they wanted to be basketball players like me, or if they want to learn how to play the piano a little bit better or get extra tutoring, just whatever my kids needed. I wanted to have a way to be able to do that, and I knew that I didn't want to have a cap on my freedom or the type of income I could generate by being locked down and just having a 9-to-5. Okay, so I'm not knocking the 9-to-5 job. Anybody's got to trust me. My mom worked 3 jobs her whole life, so I totally get it. But I always wanted to. For me, it was important for me just to kind of keep my options open, be open-minded, and be versatile. So over the last decade, I've been involved in the home-based business industry. I've seen a lot of things. I've been able to generate income in certain opportunities, learn things in other opportunities, and help people along the way to the point where we're at right now. Heading into 2015, we got some very exciting information we're going to share with you, to where I've been able to take this information that I've learned over the past decade and put myself in a position where I've been able to not have to have a 9-to-5 type job, but be able to work from home, be around my kids, raise my family, and also follow my passion. So we've been very successful at it, and what we have for you tonight, I definitely can see a tremendous amount of value behind. So that's kind of a quick snapshot on me. So that's why I'm the basketball coach. I'm here in Texas, and just using this internet as a way to fund my passions and my family's extracurricular activities. So, Elijah, if you wouldn't mind just kind of give them a little snapshot on you and just kind of a little background if they're not familiar with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Elijah Brewer. I'm originally from Indiana, Indianapolis, Indiana, and where we play real basketball. I don't know about Kansas and some of that fake stuff, but in Indiana we shoot, and we shoot well. So I came up. My parents were blue collar. I grew up in the auto industry. My parents grew up, when they were growing up, they're pretty poor, so their whole thing was about education and making a better life for their kids. So what they instilled in me was always hard work no matter what, and that's something that's always carried with me. And when I was about 16, my parents got into network marketing, and that opened up just a whole new world for me, watching my parents and listening to audio tapes and getting all the sales training from all the gurus. And there's a really big company that all of our parents were probably in at one point if they're in network marketing, and my parents are in that company. But the power of words and learning what you get as a kid, it's huge. So I don't have any kids myself, but I understand the importance because how my parents taught me and what they instilled in me. But that's how I was introduced to direct sales and network marketing and owning your own business and achieving everything you want to achieve, and nothing's impossible. So that was a good launching point for me, and that followed with me all the way through college. I tried a lot of different companies, went through a lot of different businesses, learned a lot, studied business in school, economics, got out into the world. I'm in sales now, I've been in sales, I guess since I was 16. So that's kind of my forte. That's kind of my thing is sales and teaching people how to sell better and the basics of sales. But the one thing that when I got onto the internet probably about 4 years ago, the one thing that I started to learn really quickly is that the internet is so big and so massive that there's just a lot of noise, and there's a lot of things that can come at you. There's so many different angles and so many different ways to make money online, and none of them are, all of them are good. There's people making money in every different way there is online. But what I started to see was a lot of people were missing a key element, and that was the actual making money part. Can't. It's hard to take somebody from zero to making money online, no matter how good the compensation plan is or how good, this product is, this super new training. Oh, we have this system and this blog platform, or whatever it may be. Going from zero to making money is the hardest jump. A lot of people don't know how to sell. They don't know how to present. They don't know how to, let their personality come out. Maybe they're not educated in the art of sales. So there's a lot of different factors. Maybe they may speak broken English, and for them that's a hang-up. It may not be for all the other people that speak their language, but for them that may be a hang-up. So you just never know. And when you're trying to reach out to the masses and trying to touch a lot of different people, you have to kind of figure that out, and that's just a really tough thing. But I think what we're going to talk about tonight is something that I believe is one of the simplest ways to get from zero to making money online, whether that's $500 a month for you, $1,000, $3,000. I work a full-time job. I make good money, so everything that I do online is all, part-time income. It would take a lot to replace that income. So a lot of people can't just leave their jobs and, have a freestyle life like Ray, and they got to work up to that. So, but that's the beauty of internet marketing, is that if $300 a month is going to change your life, I think what we're going to talk about tonight can help you get there as fast as possible. If $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month, what we're going to talk about tonight is going to get you there as fast as possible. And it's going to be the simplest thing that I've seen to get you there. So I'm really excited about what we're going to talk about. And, so that's a little bit about me, and, let's get it on.
Awesome, man. Awesome. And, man, yeah, I mean, and the cool thing about it is, just in your introduction, is I'm sure lots of people can connect to your story. For myself, anybody that's been involved in the home-based business industry or had family or parents that have done the whole work-from-home concept is looking for a way, knowing that there is a possibility out there to generate an extra income. I mean, that says a lot about you, a lot about the people who get involved in this industry. And I think a lot of times, some things you were sharing that people really understood the power behind, going from zero to that first dollar, what it does for you mentally and what it does for your belief system. It just puts you in such a better position to actually build a business and actually be able to reach that goal that you initially set out to get started doing. Okay, so a couple things you hit on and what we're going to touch on tonight is just really just trying to give anybody that's seeing this. It doesn't matter what business you're in. It doesn't matter what industry you're involved in. It doesn't matter if you have a 9-to-5 job where you're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week, or you're straight working from home. Whatever it is that you're doing, we want to be able to share with you something that we found from our experience that flat out, if you can just apply these simple concepts that we're going to give you throughout this call, and at the end, you can immediately start being able to fund your passion, fund your business, create more opportunities for your kids from home. Okay, so what are we talking about here? Okay, we're basically just talking about basic business 101. And what Elijah alluded to, when you first come online or you go on the internet and you type in, ways to make money from home, ways to generate income, ways to make money online, right? These are all different things where people who look for the home-based business, they start in that area, and the first thing they come across is marketing information. How like Life said, how to set up a blog, or how to get traffic, or how to generate leads, or how all these things that a traditional brick and mortar business has to have. Those same concepts apply online, but we want to shine some light on the fact that not having to be the only way of going to make money. Okay, and so the industry we're talking about tonight is going to be the e-commerce industry. Okay, and the holiday season's finishing up here, or we're a couple of days past Christmas, and if you're like I am, then you probably just spend a lot of money shopping online, right? Or somebody that last minute trying to find a gift, or you just have your phone and you're sitting around and you're like, okay, I need this product, I need this item, whatever it is you're looking for. The e-commerce industry is growing by the millions and millions and hundreds of millions every single quarter. All right, and the fact of the matter is, it's not going anywhere. All right. So when you're looking at trying to generate income online, we want you to really make sure that you understand the same brick and mortar principles that happen offline happen online, but you being able to get a piece of that e-commerce industry is easier than it's ever been before in the past. Okay. So what's kind of your take, Elijah, just from what you've seen as far as the e-commerce industry is concerned?
Well, one thing that I did notice, just being in, studying business, studying the economy, the one thing that has lasted, over the last, 6 or 7 years, or 8 years, is e-commerce. Amazon is bigger than ever. All the big box retailers are bigger than ever because of their online presence. You knock out. What happens is with e-commerce, you're able to reach so many people that you normally wouldn't reach. People that live in remote locations that don't have a Walmart or a Target or a Macy's or a Nordstrom, that don't have, places to go to get high-end or high-ticket products or just regular things that we take advantage of because you live in, a big city. I live in a big city. I have 3 Walmarts just within, 20 minutes from me. So but a lot of people don't have that. Most of the country doesn't have that. They live out in rural areas. People across the globe that want American products, that want, people here in America that want Chinese products or, whatever it is. With e-commerce, you can reach so many more people. So if you look at it from an economic standpoint, when we were going through a recession here in the States, a lot of other countries weren't. They were launching, and vice versa. When we're flourishing here, a lot of other countries are suffering. So what happens is with e-commerce, you get to balance that weight a little bit. So when, let's say you are in, I don't know, let's say you're in the cheesecake business and you're here in the States, that's a luxury item. That's not something that people need. That's not something that people have to have. So when a recession hits, your business is going to take a hit. But if you're in e-commerce and you're selling, multiple items online to millions of people that are out there on the internet all over the world, then you get to balance that out. If the economy is hurting in your neighborhood, in your town, in your state, city, or country, there's other people in different parts of the world that they're not hurting, that they are making money, and that have the money to buy your product. So e-commerce is I think the great equalizer. If I had to say anything, if I had to sum it up, e-commerce is the great equalizer, and that's just a really, really exciting thing going forward. And just kind of keep that in mind as we're going through tonight, and if you see us again, that e-commerce is the great equalizer. So if you feel that you're in a place where it may be unfair, you don't have the money to start a business, or all the things that you may be thinking that are going on in your head, e-commerce is the great equalizer, and that's how I feel about e-commerce.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And one thing I really like that you just talked on that I think a lot of people can connect with as well is the simple fact of any successful business is only going to be as profitable as its surrounding area, as far as its reach. So if you're in a business, let's say maybe you're involved in the home-based business industry, right? Or maybe you're like a lot of kids that I interact with, the family that I interact with, that are doing these different fundraising projects from home, right? Now, when you go out to raise these funds for your school project, or you go out to generate income in your business, your number one people that you're relying on are your family, your friends, your neighbors, the people that you see every single day, right? Well, the reality of it is this: any successful business you see out there, the majority of their business is not going to be generated from their family, their friends, their neighbors. And if your business is operating, and that's the bulk of your customers, is the people that you directly know, that you grew up with, that you went to school with, that's the teacher in your class or the person you go to church with. While those people love you and they care about you and they want to see you do well and support you, your business is never going to grow to the level that you want to, where it can generate that monthly income until you can reach more people. Right? So I want you to really think about what I'm saying right now. Think about your business that you're in right now, if you have one. Think about if you look at your customer base, or if you look at your team, if you're building a team in the online business industry, right? If you're looking at the people who have bought from your fundraising project for the last 2 or 3 years, is it the same people? Is it your family? Is it your friend? Is it your neighbor? Think about it. And if it is, how much has your business really grown? And I want you to think about that because that's the point I found myself in. And I'll be honest, I'll be real straight honest with you. When I first started online 2 years ago, I was looking for a way to be able to generate income without having to go after family and friends and all that stuff like that because I had done that before. I've been to the hotel presentations. I went out, door to door. I used to sell vacuum cleaners door to door back when I was in college. I mean, so I'm sure I probably know what company I'm talking about. But what I'm saying to you, is the power behind e-commerce. When I really saw for what it was. Now, when I got introduced to the information that we're going to share with you here at the end of this video, it was just like just makes too much sense, because for the simple fact that when you can have customers to the point right now, I have customers who are not even in this country. I have customers from all around the world. 96% of the customers who purchase products from me right now, I don't even know. And that's such a pressure relief for me to go about building a business, because I don't have to worry about any damaged relationships. I don't have to worry about somebody being feeling pressure to buy my my cookie dough, or or participate in my free throw-a-thon or whatnot. And I think it's such a beautiful example of showing people the basics, like Elijah was saying, of how to go from zero to that initial dollar amount to get that proof of concept that the e-commerce industry works. Okay, so I just want to throw a little thought as we start kind of getting to the main point of what we're talking about. So hopefully you're getting some value out of this so far, as far as just opening your eyes and opening your mind to understanding, getting past a lot of the noise, getting past a lot of the smoky mirrors, getting past a lot of the hype and fluff that you see when you're marketed to and sold online, to really understanding how the basic economics of making money, generating income in the e-commerce industry works. Okay, so think about this. eBay. Right now, eBay is one of the largest e-commerce sites online. And I'm going to give you these numbers. So I want you to think about this and tell me if, when you hear these numbers, if these numbers sound like there may be an opportunity out there for you to be able to raise some funds for your project, or for you to be able to fund your business that you want to build, or for you to be able to help generate traffic or leads for whatever it is that you're doing in your network marketing opportunity, right? eBay has over 150 million buyers a month. There's over 150 million people who purchase products on eBay every single month. Now, here's the craziest thing about that. Only 5% are people who are selling. So out of 150 million people who month in and month out go to their computer with their credit card ready to buy something that they want anyway, that you don't have to talk them into, you don't have to sell them on, you don't have to be the best presentation or closer or ad copywriter or or whatever it takes. There's 150 million willing buyers every single month on eBay, and only 5% of 150 million are people who are actively selling to those people. So I don't know about you, Elijah. I mean, to me, that sounds like a phenomenal space to be able to provide what somebody wants anyway and get a piece of an industry that's grown by millions and millions every quarter. What do you think?
It's the great equalizer. It's right there. I mean, eBay is just. I mean, you said it right. I mean, when you have to go to people that you know, and you're trying to raise funds and doing fundraisers. I've done many. I was in sports growing up. You got to take that little sheet. You got to take it door to door. Take it to your aunts. I got people now that come into the office. Hey, buy these cookies from my daughter, and you don't want to be the jerk that doesn't want to buy it, even though those things are nasty, and you got to do it. And it's just such a pressure thing. When your business, and here's the thing, we both know it. We know people's real businesses that actually, outside of fundraisers, they really do rely on their friends and family to purchase from them, or the business is dead. And with just what you're saying about eBay, I didn't even know those stats. I didn't know about the 5%. That's crazy. Just to know that there's that much volume just on one platform. We're only talking about eBay. Just on that one platform, there's all those millions of customers and buyers. It's just amazing. It's the great equalizer. It's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, so what's the whole point of this video tonight? I said the whole point of this video tonight is really just to kind of introduce myself for those that know, Elijah for those that don't know, and anybody out there that's, like I said, involved in the home-based business industry. that's looking to raise funds for whatever, like I said, extracurricular activity you may have going on. Maybe you have a passion that you love doing. I'm still playing in men's basketball league, so I got to pay for the refs and my tournament entry fee and whatnot. And I got kids that are getting into boxing and soccer and all this stuff, or like I said, tutoring. If you can use an extra funds a month, but you don't have any more hours to work. Okay, I want you to just think about that number I gave you on the eBay side of the house. I want you to think about what we're talking about in terms of the e-commerce industry, as far as it growing. And I'm sure you can name 10 people off the top of your head right now who has bought something online every single month, right? So the reason I'm sharing this with you is because if you're frustrated in what you're doing right now to try and generate income, whether it's the home base, whether you're involved in a business opportunity, whether you're got a fundraiser coming up, whatever it is that you're doing, if you're actively trying to find a way to generate extra income working from home and you haven't thought about the e-commerce industry, just ask yourself if those numbers make sense to yourself. Just think about, okay, is there an opportunity where 150 million people are actively purchasing and only 5% are providing what those people want? Is there an opportunity there for me? Can you see yourself working from home, from a computer and generating that monthly income of 300, 400, 500,000, 2,000, whatever it is that you're looking for, an extra income a month inside the e-commerce industry? And if that makes sense to you, then what I'm telling you, eBay, you've heard of it. So I'm not telling you something that you haven't heard of, something that you're not familiar with, but if you've never thought about that, then maybe the wheels are turning in your mind a little bit right now. Maybe you want to know, like, okay, well, how exactly do you make money on there? And if that's what you're asking yourself right now, then I'm telling you, we have something for you that could be of extreme value, okay? So, we're not here to sell you anything tonight. We're not here to ask you to buy anything. We're not telling you to take your credit card out and type in any information or sign up for anything. We're not asking you to do any of that right now. If you're thinking about those things, we're not asking you to do that right now. We're asking you to think about the possibilities. We're asking you to, think about the e-commerce industry. Google it if you don't believe what we're telling you right now. Because what we're going to do here in a couple of days, we're going to have a full-blown presentation and show you how every average day people are generating 4, 5, and 6-figure annual incomes working part-time online, tapping into the e-commerce industry through simple sites like eBay, through simple sites like Amazon, by plugging into that e-commerce industry and generating that income that people are looking for every single month. And like I said, Amazon's not new, so I'm not telling you something you haven't heard of. eBay's not some new website, so I'm not trying to convince you into believing something I'm trying to blow up or hype up. But I'm just telling you to open your mind up a little bit more, get away from a lot of the noise. If you're an internet marketer, if you're a home-based business professional, you can get so immersed in personal development and so immersed in learning marketing and training and all these strategies where you never go from zero to that first dollar. So if you haven't made your first dollar, if you haven't sold that first roll of cookie dough, if you haven't sold those Girl Cat cookies, if you haven't reached your quota, if you haven't seen the results basically that you're looking for, and you've been involved in this industry, then I challenge you right now, between now and the next 40 to 72 hours, Google the e-commerce industry. Reach out and connect with whoever sent you to this video, whether it's myself, Elijah, anybody out there that understands the power and the magnitude behind, as Elijah put it, the great equalizer, the e-commerce industry. Connect with those people, because in the next 40 to 72 hours, we're going to put together a full-blown presentation and show you how to go from zero, not just to your first dollar, but your first $25, your first $100, your first $500, your first $1,000, your first $2,000 plus by plugging into that industry. And if that makes sense to you, then definitely reach out and connect with whoever sent you to this video. Elijah, am I missing anything here? You got anything you want to throw in here?
Man, you got me excited for the next 48 hours, man. You got me excited. Really, just what you're saying, man, again, there's just a massive, people talk about the wealth transfer, that's going to happen, and you hear it in all the industries and, all the different companies and all that's going on. The e-commerce, just with eBay and Amazon, if you think about it, we've all bought something from either eBay or Amazon. And, I challenge you, the people that are watching this video, go back to Amazon and just look up something that you might buy. Somebody is selling that to you. It's not Amazon the company. It's somebody like me, somebody like Ray, somebody like you is selling that product. So it's not, it's not just some Amazon is a company who makes all these products. Somebody is selling that, and that person is making money. So think of that. If you just take your hand and put it in the river of wealth that's coming through, you can take out whatever you want to take out. And that's the beauty of e-commerce. So just kind of keep that in mind. I challenge you to go back and just look at eBay. There's somebody with a username right there that is selling that to you. And same thing on Amazon. So it's just an exciting thing to know that it is that simple to make your first dollar online. And it's really up to you to decide how much that is. And when we get back together, it's going to be a good thing. And I think you guys will be excited.
Yes, definitely, definitely. So right now, keep an eye out. Okay, we're going the event will be created. We're not going to send it out tonight. Okay, we're not going to send it out tonight because I definitely want to make sure you stay plugged in. So wherever you're seeing this video at, if you're seeing it on a YouTube channel, leave a comment saying, hey, I'm interested. I want to know when the next event is. Like this video, share this video. If you're getting this through an email, if you're seeing this somewhere on social media, connect it. Send them a message. Like, definitely send me that link so I can get that information. Because, like I said, we're not charging for this information. Okay, this is totally free information that we're giving you, but I'm telling you, something that can change your life. And when that event happens, the sooner you get plugged into it, the sooner you'll be able to take advantage and make 2015 the year where you actually are able to act on those promises that you set to yourself. That promise of making more money. But now I'm going to show you a way how to do it, because it's something that we've done for the last year. This isn't something that's been made up. This is something that people who have been involved in this industry and have produced the results that you're looking for to generate themselves 4, 5, and 6 figures working from home, online, and funding their passions and their dreams. So if you're looking for a way to fund those passions and dreams, if this makes sense to you, if you've never even thought about being able to make money online in the e-commerce industry, or you thought it was too technical, I'm going to tell you this. If you can copy and you can paste, then you can make some profits. So I'm excited. I appreciate you guys plugging in here tonight. Stay tuned. Like I said, wherever you're seeing this at, leave a comment, like it, share with somebody that you think may see some value behind this. Connect with whoever sent you to this video. And remember, at the end of the day, I tell people we are all blessed to be a blessing to somebody else. Take care. God bless. And we'll see you guys over the top.
See you.
Bye for now.